Mandala Wines is one of our favourite winery partners, producing exceptional cool climate styles from the Yarra Valley. Headed up by owner and vigneron Charles Smedley, Mandala has quickly risen to become one of the most innovative producers in the region. The key to Mandala's wines is the detail in the winemaking, which helps to create elegant and complex wines which are a delight to drink. Let's meet Charles and the team. I'm here with the owner and vigneron of Mandala Wines, Charles Smedley. Charles, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
He's going to show us through some of the vineyards here at the Dixon Creek site. Let's head on our way. And what's the sort of story behind Mandala? I mean, what's the kind of history? How did you get started here?
Yep. Well, I was working down on the Mornington Peninsula. Really had a passion for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay.
Yep.
So we started looking at sites at that point, and then we purchased our first site in the Yarra Valley in 1998. Once we established that vineyard and started making wine and realised that that was what I was going to do for the rest of my life and passion, we decided to look for another site where we could call home, as in regards to having a cellar door, a site, a home, and have that as the brand and the face of Mandala Wines.
Yeah.
So we purchased this site here in 2006 and redeveloped that, and Mandala label was born as 2006 of our first vintage with Yarra Junction Pinot Noir and Dixon's Creek Chardonnay.
Chardonnay, yeah, fantastic. And is there a story behind the name Mandala? I mean, where does that term come from?
It originates from Sanskrit, means the circle of life.
Yep.
And it's all about achieving balance, and that's what we're trying to achieve in the vineyard, the winemaking and life. So it is a philosophy of not just myself, but also the family. It's quite spiritual.
Yeah.
So I believe that when you're creating your own business, and particularly with wine brand, is that it's a 7-day-a-week, 24 hours. We invest everything. My children are invested in it, my family. So it's got something that reflects the soul, and that's something that's very close to us.
I'm here at the winery where Mandala's wines are made with one of the winemakers, Don, and Don's going to talk us through the process. So Don, when the fruit from the vineyard first comes in here, what's the first step?
Okay, so typically we harvest our fruit whole bunch, so they're all hand-picked, and then we're tipping those whole bunches into this large hop area.
Yep.
And that feeds into one of these large airbag presses here.
Great.
Which allows us to really gently press those whole bunches to extract lovely solids and flavour, but without over macerating or overworking the skins of the fruit.
Yeah.
So we're able to get sort of delicate flavours and modest sort of phenolics or tannin structure in the wine.
And then once you've got the desired results from the press, where does the wine go then?
So at that stage we have two options. We can either press directly to tank and allow the juice to settle and then take the juice off the heavier solids, or we have the option of pressing direct to barrel, and for some styles of Chardonnay, taking all the solids from the pressings, all that grape material into the oak, helps with nutrition and texture and flavour development in those barrels. So.
Fantastic. All right, let's go and see the tanks and the next step.
Okay, brilliant.
Fantastic. So here we are in the tanks section of the winery, where the wine goes from the press to be fermented. And Don, what's the difference with the tanks here? I mean, these ones have got cooler sleeves on.
Yeah, so what we've got here are it's essentially our stainless steel cellar. And these are lined with glycol jackets, so it allows us to really chill down the juice or wine that's being handled in the tanks. So for us, we typically use this sort of tank for something like our sparkling base. We might want to have it at a very cold temperature during fermentation, so really manage those cool ferments to retain aromatics, or something like Sauvignon Blanc or Pinot Grigio, where again we're trying to maintain a nice cool ferment, and yeah, to really enhance freshness and brightness in the wines.
Right.
As opposed to an oak style of fermentation where you're trying to integrate it into the oak.
As opposed to, I suppose, if you're doing a barrel ferment, which is a little bit warmer and harder to control?
Yeah, so I guess the difference between barrel fermentation and tank fermentation, barrel fermentation relies on the ambient temperature of where you're storing the barrels during that fermentation. So you can cool down the room, but it ultimately has to chill down through wood. Whereas with these tanks, you've got that immediate contact between the juice, or fermenting juice, and the tank.
Yeah, to preserve that delicacy. Yeah,
that's right. Absolutely.
Fantastic. So this in here is obviously the maturation cellar where you store all of your barrels that are maturing. How important is it to keep the temperature stable in here?
Yeah, so ideally you don't want the temperature changing too much of your wine. So obviously in Australia it's pretty hot. We have a very hot summer in Yarra Valley, and so our wines from 2018 that are going to get around about 18 months maturation, we need to be able to maintain that constant temperature. During the warmer months, so that we can come back to them and they're looking fresh and bright next year, and we want to get to blending.
Fantastic. So we've just taken a barrel sample of this Cabernet here, 2018. What will this most likely be used for?
So this is one of our 2 batches of Cabernet from the 2018 vintage. Really promising component for me. It showed some really lovely ripeness, some bright aromatics. The tannins are really supple. So my thinking at the moment, this is most likely going to end up in our butterfly, so our single site.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Yeah, already. I mean, I know it hasn't had its full maturation yet, but it's smelling absolutely amazing. Yeah,
it's that real quintessential Yarra Valley Cabernet. So, touch of blue fruit, some violet lift, very subtle sort of eucalypt or mint character, which I've seen a lot of Yarra Valley Cabernet, but beautiful fruit weight as well. So sort of red, blackberry, cassis, and then spice and drive and lime on the finish. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm really pleased with it.
It tastes pretty good too.
Too good to spit.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. I'm excited to see how that one ends up.
Me too, actually. Yeah, very good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Well, Charles, thank you so much for taking us through the vineyard and showing us, all around the property and things like that. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, and it's so great to see the man behind the label and discover a little bit more about Mandala Wines. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure to meet you. Cheers.